Hello everyone. Namaste. My name is Netra Kher. I'm a counseling psychologist by profession and Ayurvedic practitioner. I'm in this field for past 5 years now, and I welcome you all in another episode of our interview series of Netra Talks. Yes, and today we are meeting a very special guest of ours whose name is, who doesn't require any introduction, Dr. Anand Nadkarni. Namaste. He's a very famous psychiatrist, a well known poet, and also a writer. Today's topic, which I think was very important for me to choose as importance of self talk in mental health. So, I would like to know more from you, sir. What is self talk to start with?
Generally, when we talk about mind, we talk about essentially the cognitive psychology or the cognitive model of mind.
Hmm.
Talks about mind in terms of three important interrelated components.
Okay.
One is thinking, the second is emotions, and the third is behavior.
True.
So, when we are talking about thinking,
Hmm.
what is very important is that human beings are very precious or they are very unique
Hmm.
because they have got the cognitive abilities or
Hmm.
thinking abilities.
True.
And thinking is very abstract. If I say,
Hmm.
what are you thinking just now?
Yeah.
So then you will say, oh, I'm not thinking anything. A person will say.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Albert Ellis, when he was working on his own thinking,
Hmm.
found out a very simple definition of thinking, and that he said is that all thinking is self-talk.
Acha.
That is how this whole concept of self-talk came.
Okay.
But let me tell you that in our Indian tradition,
Hmm.
the talk and self-talk, that classification is there for at least 4 to 5,000 years.
My God. Yeah.
So those of us who talk Marathi,
Hmm.
they have this Manache Shlok.
Yeah.
And in that Manache Shlok, it is said that Pudhe Vaikhari Rama Adhi Vadava. So
Hmm.
Vaikhari is talk and Madhyama is called self-talk. So
Okay.
Vani in our tradition
Hmm.
has got Vaikhari and Madhyama, and Pudhe Vaikhari means not in talk but in self-talk.
Okay.
So you have to
Interesting.
include the name of Ram not in your talk but in your self-talk. And
Okay.
there is a clear-cut classification that Vaikhari is talk and Madhyama is self-talk.
Okay.
So although modern psychology will give the credit to Albert
Albert
Ellis,
Ellis. Yeah.
our own tradition tells that everything that is precious to you, the
Hmm.
mantras, the shlokas,
Hmm.
they have to be the part of your madhyama, that is self-talk. And then only it will come in your vaikhari, that is talk.
Okay.
And these are called the sthula parts of the Vani.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there are sukshma parts of the Vani, these are called as para and pashyanti.
Hmm.
So our definition of thinking in
Hmm.
Eastern tradition is also quite complete. In
Okay.
that para is the energy part, pashyanti, it is in the heart, so it is the autonomic system.
Hmm.
So energy, autonomic system, self-talk and talk, all four are covered in the definition of Vani as far as Eastern thinking goes. In
Great.
Western thinking, the self-talk concept was introduced by Dr. Albert Ellis. He discovered it through his own self-observation.
Hmm.
What is very important for self-talk is
Hmm.
that all of us are thinking,
True.
but we are not aware that we are thinking.
Hmm.
What is very important is what Albert Ellis discovered,
Hmm.
his own strength of his self-talk.
Hmm.
Only after he started working on the awareness of his self-talk.
Okay.
So, unless you are aware of your self-talk,
Hmm.
unless you have a thinking awareness,
Hmm.
Without awareness, the concept of self-talk doesn't work. It exists, but it doesn't work.
Okay.
Hmm. So what is very important is that self-talk can be used for our good
Hmm.
only when
Hmm.
we are aware of it. And why we are not aware of it? Because one, it is over familiar,
Yeah.
and something that is very more than familiar,
Hmm.
it becomes habitual. So it is
True.
like my specs. So now
Hmm.
I'm wearing the specs. For me, eyes and specs become one.
Hmm.
And I only realize that I can't see properly only when I
Hmm.
take them off. Same
Exactly.
thing happens with our self-talk. And
Yeah.
that is why awareness is a very important aspect of self-talk.
Okay.
For this awareness, again, our Eastern tradition
Hmm.
calls this awareness as Sakshi Bhav.
Okay.
The beginning of Sakshi Bhav, the very start of Sakshi Bhav,
Hmm.
is the person looking at his own thoughts and his own emotions.
Okay.
So that is how, again, there are parallel concepts in
Hmm.
our Eastern philosophy also.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, one part is the over familiarity.
Hmm.
Second part is that it is continuous. Something that is continuous, now you get habituated.
It's multi-track also.
And it is multi-track. That
Yeah.
is why it is very difficult to maintain the awareness of self-talk.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Top it with this point that all self-talk is not linguistic.
Okay.
Because linguistic self-talk is only a part of that self-talk.
Hmm. Hmm.
A
Hmm.
lot of our self-talk
Hmm.
is what we call as perceptual self-talk.
Okay.
So all our five senses,
Hmm.
they provide a stimulus.
Hmm.
They provide a stimuli.
Hmm.
And actually, linguistic self-talk comes late in life.
Okay.
First, it
When
is
we develop
perceptual.
language.
That's right. And small kids, infants, they don't have language,
Hmm.
but they have all their five senses. And through their five senses, they are having their own perceptual self-talk.
Okay.
What is very important is that therefore, if you want to work on awareness of self-talk,
Hmm.
you should also start working on your own sense organs, your own
Okay.
perceptions, how to see, how to listen, and
Hmm.
how to make these things very active is a very important aspect of self-talk awareness.
Hmm.
So generally when I talk about self-talk awareness, I actually start with the perceptions.
Okay.
And for that perceptions, I have five mantras, five small mantras.
Okay.
One is not only see, but look at. The moment you will start looking at
Hmm.
an object, your self-talk you will start getting. We see so many things,
Hmm.
but our self-talk gets activated and we become aware of it only when we start looking at. So
Hmm.
not only see but look at, not only hear but listen to.
Hmm.
Hearing, we are not active.
Yeah.
Listening to, active.
Yeah.
During therapy,
True.
as a therapist, you have to be aware
Hmm.
of the person's self-talk and you have to be aware of your own self-talk. How do you do that? Through listening.
Hmm.
So then you have so you have perceptual self-talk. So third, not only touch
Hmm.
but extend warmth.
Hmm.
Do you see that when two people who are very dear to each other, they meet after a long time, they touch each other and they actually talk.
Hmm.
So touch also carries self-talk. Smell carries self-talk. Not only smell, but enjoy its ripples. Because along with self-talk, whenever we get a smell, there are associations of memory that get kindled.
Exactly.
So not only smell, but enjoy the ripples that come. Not only taste, not only eat, but relish the taste. When you start relishing something, your self-talk gets activated. You
Hmm.
become aware of your self-talk.
Hmm.
And that is why French, there is this word that is used called connoisseur. Connoisseur means that one who can appreciate food. How do you
Okay.
appreciate? One, by eating, huh? More in quantity. But secondly, by describing your experience.
Hmm.
And when describing your experience of eating,
Hmm.
then you are using your self-talk awareness. So
Okay.
perceptual self-talk takes us towards self-talk awareness. Then as the kid starts growing, the kid starts learning single words.
Hmm.
So the single words are like mama, baba. Now do you know something, that in single word mama, children can put in a lot of their self-talk. So mama means that when you want something from mama, you will have different pronunciation of mama.
Hmm.
When you want to complain, different pronunciation. So although the word is the same, the intonation, the pronunciation, that is different.
Hmm.
And why? Because the self-talk every time is different.
Hmm.
This ability we also carry in our adult life. So what happens? That we use three groups of words as single words,
Hmm.
but they have loaded self-talk. So in that, the first is all adjectives.
Hmm.
Whenever we use any adjective, there is a lot of self-talk behind it.
Hmm.
When I say you are crazy, that crazy objective has so much of self-talk.
Hmm.
You are really smart. That smart has lot of self-talk. So adjectives, lot of self-talk in that, put into that. Secondly, all exclamations have lot of self-talk. Oh shit,
Hmm.
or wow. So
Hmm.
all exclamations will have a lot of self-talk loaded
True.
in that
Yeah.
one word, because that is how we started learning language.
Yeah.
The third is how we address people. So suppose mother is calling her son. Mother calls as Raju. So Raju comes and tells mother, homework done. So
Hmm.
he knows what exactly is mother's self-talk when she calls him Raju.
Hmm.
And when she calls him Raju, then Raju will come and say, market se kya lane ka hai kya? Hmm. Because he knows exactly the self-talk of his mother. What
Yes.
is there behind that one word? So one word self-talk. Now, if we focus on all these three words, we will come to know about our own self-talk awareness. Then comes linguistic self-talk,
Hmm.
right? So linguistic self-talk comes much later. And therefore, in linguistic self-talk, if we have to work on the self-talk awareness, it is again a habit. We
Hmm.
can do that by observing ourselves. We can do that by observing others. We can do that by observing all our body signals. We can do that while watching a movie or a drama, that what would be the self-talk of this character at that particular point. We can work on our self-talk awareness by reading a novel.
Hmm.
So these are many, many ways of working on our own self-talk awareness. And once you work on your self-talk awareness, actually you have got a wonderful tool in your hand.
Specifically, I wanted to ask that when are we doing self-talk and how to be more aware about it? When exactly we are thinking with ourselves, or we are talking to ourselves, and if we need to be aware of it, there are few techniques which I have seen that start journaling about them, or be conscious about it. But how, when do we encounter it, and how we can be more aware?
I have given you already 7 or 8 tips. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
But what is very important is that generally our self-talk awareness is either accidental or incidental.
Hmm.
It is not habitual. All our endeavors have to be towards making it habitual.
Hmm.
And it is not very difficult. There are many people who are using that. See, there is a guy who is working as a marketing executive.
Hmm.
He is in a client meeting. He
Hmm.
is exactly aware of the self-talk of his customer.
Hmm.
And he's also aware of his own self-talk. We know it incidentally, we know it accidentally.
Hmm.
So we have to make it habitual. That's the only point. It is not that we don't have self-talk awareness, no. So what is very important is whenever we are in working in our own domain,
Hmm.
when the surgeon is making a surgery, when the accountant is looking at a balance sheet,
Hmm.
at that time their self-talk awareness is at the highest.
Hmm.
So that is where that self-talk awareness is there in everybody. But
Okay.
it is only in those domains. We
Hmm.
have to make it habitual in life. That is the challenge. But if you study what happens in the domain, then it is your own reflection that whenever say a software engineer is
Hmm.
doing his coding, doing a very difficult coding, he is
Hmm.
having his own self-talk awareness.
Hmm.
So he has been taught that,
Yeah.
correct? And finally he has taught himself.
Hmm.
So self-talk awareness is in every person. Only thing is it is either incidental or accidental. How accidental? Suppose I am
Hmm.
sitting in a window of
Hmm.
a moving train or a moving
Hmm.
bus
Hmm.
and I'm looking at the nature outside.
Hmm.
Then many times I am aware of my self-talk. I am
Okay.
very actively getting aware of my self-talk. That is accidental. So
Hmm.
we all have self-talk awareness, either accidental or incidental. We have to look at that time what was happening, and slowly it will start becoming habitual.
So being in
So
here and
that is the
now,
point.
being in here and now is the key.
What is very important is becoming habitual,
Hmm.
because here and now is also a concept,
Okay.
and in that here and now, whether I will get the self talk or not, see, who is my best teacher of self talk awareness? Me myself.
Hmm.
Best thing is you look at yourself when you had the best self talk awareness,
Hmm.
and just take it out. You know, you already have it, you only discover it.
True.
So giving philosophical names and concepts
Hmm.
doesn't actually help. Learning from your own experiences helps. And
Okay.
that is why every person should look
Hmm.
at the incidental and accidental phases in his or her life, daily life,
Hmm. Hmm.
about self-talk awareness,
Hmm.
and just try to imitate that in some other situations.
Okay.
And in some other situations. So it is like, suppose I am going to meet a friend in a coffee shop. The friend has not come. I am waiting. So
Hmm.
at that time, use your self-talk awareness.
Hmm.
Because as such, you have nothing to do. You are waiting for a train. Use that. Slowly, it will become habitual. So it will become habitual very slowly. You don't have to say, my self-talk awareness has to increase by 50% at the end of 6 weeks.
Hmm.
So that you shouldn't put all these parameters for these kind of discoveries. If you put the parameters, then you are actually putting obstacles in discoveries. And if you don't put parameters and say that what is accidental, what is incidental, what is a part of me, I want to experience it a little more than yesterday, then your self-talk awareness starts becoming habitual.
Yeah. True.
So de-jargonize everything, because otherwise we people jargonize and then people don't understand.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. We are coming towards the end of our conversation. I would like it to continue, but there is a question which pops up in minds of everyone that we get very wild thoughts also at times, or very difficult thoughts, or very disturbing thoughts. So rather than calling it negative or positive, I would like to name it unhelpful and helpful. Yeah, so when we are talking in that term, so how to identify the thought is unhelpful, and how we can change our self talk to helpful self talk instead of that.
Mm, uh, Before that, before you jump on to that,
Hmm.
after awareness, there is a
Hmm.
very important aspect that is called as acceptance.
Hmm.
And that acceptance means that my mind is capable of generating quality self-talk,
Hmm.
and my mind is also capable of generating the most unacceptable self-talk to me also. I have to accept both parts.
Hmm.
Generally, what happens that I accept the good self-talk and I try to disown the disagreeable self-talk.
Hmm.
What is very important is to accept both as mine.
Hmm.
Unless you do that, the helpful and unhelpful is the third part that is called as analysis.
Yeah.
Working on awareness, then working on acceptance,
Hmm.
then you come to analysis, and then
Okay.
you come to application.
Okay.
Now, the analysis and application is where CBT, REBT, all these things they work.
Hmm.
Hmm. And they have their own constructs and models.
Hmm.
So that they work on that analyze part and the application part.
Hmm.
But the awareness and acceptance part, these two steps are extremely important. And
Exactly.
then come all the techniques.
Hmm.
The technical part, I don't think you will be able to, we will be able to cover in this kind of a small part of
We can
interview.
cover a
But
small juncture. We can
but
cover a few
but
points.
but I can definitely tell you how you can differentiate between the unhelpful and helpful thoughts.
Hmm.
So that is something which is important, that there are 5 important points or variables that you have to consider.
Okay.
One is that my if my self talk takes me towards a constructive goal.
Hmm.
So first point is goal. If
Hmm.
my self talk is taking me towards my goal, then it is helpful.
Okay.
If my self talk helps me to preserve or nurture my health,
Hmm.
so second point is health.
Hmm.
First keyword goal.
Goal.
Second keyword health.
Health.
Third keyword is my comfort with my own self.
Hmm.
So my comfort, self comfort is the third word.
Hmm.
Is my is my self talk taking me towards self comfort or self conflict?
Okay.
Fourth is my comfort with others and my conflict with others.
Hmm.
So it is my comfort with others helpful, conflict with others harmful. And finally, is my self talk based on facts and reality? Whether
Okay.
it is realistic, whether it is factual.
Hmm.
So these are the 5 points. So it is goal, it is health, it is self comfort, it is others comfort, and it is fact and reality.
Okay.
These 5 things,
Hmm.
these 5 things, they differentiate between helpful and unhelpful self talks. Then comes how to analyze, how to apply. That is where the therapy part starts. But
But
as
right.
you can see, the importance of self talk,
Yeah.
that unless you work on the awareness and acceptance of self talk,
Hmm.
no therapy can proceed.
Okay.
And generally, what happens is that in self development, you start working on analysis first. You
Hmm.
don't work enough on awareness and acceptance.
True, sir.
And that is why many times the therapy session is very successful, but the therapy transfer is not successful. So, what is very important is that if I want to change my self talk, any therapist or any book, self-help book
Hmm.
can give me what can be a different script for me.
Hmm.
I will be having an unhelpful self-talk, and a self-help book or a therapist
Hmm.
will give me helpful script,
Hmm.
but I have to own up that script to make it my self-talk. And that is why all sermons
Hmm.
are never converted into self-talk. So
Okay.
parents give sermons, teachers give sermons, therapists give sermons, but they do not become self-talk. And sometimes a charismatic leader like say Gandhiji or Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose, they give a script and that becomes a self-talk of millions.
Exactly. Yes.
So that is the wonderful thing about self-talk.
Towards the end of our interview, I would like to ask you if a person would like to be more aware about self-talk. What one mantra you will give them?
Make it habitual,
Yes.
but make it easy.
Okay. Make it habitual, but make it easy. On this note, I would like to conclude today's interview. Thank you so much, Nadkarni sir, for giving your time for my interview session. Sharing is a good deed, so please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Happy sharing.